episode of Live at theGross. We're here with Jaime Trent. Jaime, how you doing?
Good. How are you today?
I'm good. All right, so Jaime, my whole life, pretty much, well, for the better half of my life, the first half at least, I've known you as not Jaime Trent, but as Jaime
Fulk.
Jaime Fulk of
Fulk Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Larry Fulk and Penny Fulk are my parents, and Justin and Jill are my brother and sister.
Now, so have they lived here the whole, let's get right into it. Have they lived here, your family, folks? Have they lived here their whole lives?
No, my mom grew up here. My dad is originally from Hiawatha. My parents moved here about 6 weeks after my dad graduated. Well, when I was 6 weeks old, right after my dad graduated from chiropractic school up in Iowa.
Really?
So we've lived here ever since then. I have a brother, Justin Fulk. He's a chiropractor at Fulk Chiropractic with me. And then also Jill Shea. She runs Body Max Fitness here in Paola.
So, talk about your father, Larry, chiropractor. Was he the first chiropractor in your family?
No, we come from a long line of chiropractors. On my mom's side, my great-grandpa was a chiropractor, then my grandpa and grandma, then both of my mom's brothers were chiropractors, and then my dad's a chiropractor, his brother's a chiropractor, and then my cousin's a chiropractor, and then I'm a chiropractor, and then my brother's a chiropractor. So whatever that is, I haven't totaled it up. So it's a lot. So we have a lot of chiropractors.
Gaggle.
Yes.
Now, what about your dad's dad? What would he do?
He actually owned a carpet store in Hiawatha.
Really?
So my dad grew up actually putting carpet and doing maintenance work and things like that. So.
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey. Okay, so we were talking about your mom's parents being from the area. Where they were from before that?
I think it's somewhere around Iowa. They moved down from Iowa. I'm really can't quite remember, honestly.
So do you remember, like, where your heritage is? I mean, like, your lineage? Obviously from overseas?
Yeah, not really. I honestly don't know much about my past. Okay. Our sixth cousin is Abraham Lincoln. You know that?
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
On my mom's side. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, he's our sixth cousin. Yeah. So that's about it. That's about all I know.
We're scoring 7 years ago?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
we're related to Abraham Lincoln.
Side.
Yep, on my mom's side. Yep.
Okay, you yourself. Okay, what year did you graduate?
From high school.
And did you go to the Grass High School here in Paola?
I went to Paola High School. I graduated from there in '95. Then I went to Kansas State from '95 to '99. And
did you go to K-State for?
No, I just went to K-State. Honestly, I had like 6 majors at K-State. I just knew I wanted to be in the health field, but wasn't sure where.
So what were your 6 majors?
Just random. I ended up with like a life science degree just to cover my basics to go into chiropractic. So I fought getting into the family business as much as possible, but now I'm very glad I did. So very happy that I did. It's definitely what I enjoy doing. So,
all right. So what happens after 4 years at K-State?
Then I went to Cleveland Chiropractic in the January of '01 or something like that.
Now Cleveland is up there off of 435, right?
Yeah, it used to be. When I went, it was down on Holmes.
That's right. Right.
So, but yeah, now it's over on 435. Huge, nice campus. So
Not down the ghetto.
Yep, we did not have a nice campus, so it was not as nice as it is now. So very jealous.
Let me see. So, all right. So your husband. How'd you meet him? How did that mean?
I met him at Body Max Fitness. My parents actually opened the gym. Originally, the chiropractic office was connected to Body Max Fitness. My parents opened it, and I was working there while I was going to Cleveland Chiropractic School. And he was living over in Osawatomie and was coming in and working out, and we met.
And his name is?
Dennis Trent.
Yeah. Dennis Trent.
He's originally from Troy, Missouri, out near St. Louis.
Okay. So how did he get here?
It's kind of a random thing. He had, of course, family out near St. Louis, and then family down in around Pittsburgh, Kansas. And he had a job in Kansas City, so he kind of picked a spot in between all. So Osawatomie, Kansas, somehow. So yeah.
I knew.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me about when you first met him.
We kind of got set up. Girl that used to work at our office was out one evening. They were out at dinner, and she was dating a friend of Dennis's, and she said, "Hey, you know what? You should give Jaime a call sometime." And so she called me to see if it was okay if she gave him my number, and I said yes, and then he called me. So that's kind of how it happened. So no, he didn't approach me. I didn't approach him. We kind of had to be forced together a little bit.
So how was that first date?
It was very good.
Oh, it was very
Yes,
good?
it was very good. Yes, we clicked right away, and it was pretty much destined since then. So
Now,
so.
well, now
4
was
kids
it,
later. So
now was it was there that first date? Was there a moment you're like, this is it? This is the one? This is the
Kind
guy?
of. Kind of. I mean, shortly. Didn't take too many dates till I was.
So
pretty
how
sure.
long before that first date to the time you were married? How much space?
2 years.
2 years.
Almost exactly 2 years.
What about from the time that you met him to the time he proposed? Was it that, like,
It was about 1.5 years. We got married. Yeah, 6 months after we got engaged. So I had to force him.
All
To tell you
right.
the truth,
Really?
I had to
Oh my
almost.
gosh.
He probably never would have proposed.
Really?
No, he
Okay,
just
now
is-
tell us let us inside the inner depths, the inner workings, the mind of your plan,
Of
of what you did.
I
You just-
kept mentioning it. Kept saying, hey, you know
Hey,
what?
it's a good
Kinda
time.
So yeah.
So how did he propose? What was it? Was it magical or was it just stay here?
Yeah, it was pretty good. He's not an overly romantic man, so he did very good. We just went out to dinner at Olive Garden, and then he went out on a drive, and we went out to Hillsdale Lake. Moon was out, and we sat out on a park bench, and he pulled out the ring and said, "Will you marry me?" So.
And did you just like,
I knew it was
cry?
coming by then. I knew.
You knew it was
coming.
time.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. So yeah, I was thrilled. We stopped right by on the way home. Stopped by my parents' house, and really freaked him out because we set the date for the wedding that night. He thought he'd have like
Oh
a year
my
or so.
gosh.
We set the date that night.
Now, wait.
6 months later, we were married.
Now, we set the date, or you and your mom set the date?
Mom and I set the date.
Ah, that is awesome. We
Yeah,
love you, Penny.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay, so you have 4 kids.
Devin is my oldest. He is 11. He'll be going in 6th grade this year, which is a big shocker. I can't.
That's
A
crazy.
middle schooler is crazy. So, and then Dylan is my next one. He is 9. They're going in 3rd grade.
Yep.
And then I have the twins, Danica and Deacon, who are both 3. So they're a handful. So, but they're fun. They're a
Well,
lot of
I mean,
fun.
that's kind of in a stretched out way. My mother-in-law has 3 kids, or 4 kids, twins. Yeah, so
Yeah, who were the twins?
my wife.
Oh, okay.
My wife and her
Okay.
twin sister, which is Rachel.
Okay.
Rachel, if you see this, because she's moving here, and she will have this on her TV.
Yeah.
So everybody say hi to Rachel. Hi,
Hi,
Rachel.
Rachel.
So all right. Well, let's okay. We'll ask more questions about family and later on in the interview, but
Okay.
let's get to the hot seat. We'll come back after these messages. Paul Michael, Miss Jaime Fulk Trent of Fulk Chiropractic on Live at the Gross, MCTV Live. See you soon. Hey, so this is Paul Michael, Live at the Gross. We're here with Jaime Trent, and I'm sorry. Okay, I know she's a doctor. Are you a hunter or a gatherer?
I guess I'd have to say I'm a gatherer.
Why would you say that?
Because I'd way rather go gather food than kill something. So.
All right. Touche. All right, so
And also, because I'm into nutrition and everything, I feel like plants and everything, vegetables and fruit, are very nourishing to us. Not that meat's not important, but I feel like those are more.
you can't go hunt fruit and.
No.
So you don't go hunt
You
strawberries?
go gather. You gather strawberries.
Oh my gosh!
Gather.
You do not. You hunt strawberries. You go this. Okay, let's get on the next question. All right, what do you think about when you're alone in your car?
I'm not usually alone in my car. I usually just zone out, honestly. Just kind of zone out a little.
So that leads us to our next question, because I mean you are a child of the '90s. So I mean, zone out. You zone out to music.
Zone out to music, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite '90s jam?
Just one song.
Okay, I'll
Just
give
who
you
did I
3.
listen to? I was variety. I went to a Metallica concert. I went to a Kid Rock concert. I went to Aerosmith. I went to Candlebox. I went to Garth Brooks.
That is awesome.
I went to Country Stampede. So I listened to everything. I can't say I had
Wow.
just one specific. I liked everything. So.
That works. Sure, that works. All right, so okay, you're a new addition in the crayon box. what color are you, and why?
A new edition.
And the new edition, you like the new color.
Uh,
What is it? What color are you?
Probably like
Wow.
black. I don't know. I'm pretty boring.
That hurts.
I'm not creative. I'm not colorful. I'm just here. Is black too flat for you?
No,
Some purple.
we go black.
Purple.
I'm wearing black.
Purple.
You're wearing black.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I came. But that's what I'm looking at
Oh.
black.
All right. So now, when you were a kid growing up, what did you want to be? Like, was it for?
A veterinary.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that dream?
I decided I liked animals too much. Honestly, I'm just afraid I wouldn't be able to do some of the things I needed to do.
Wow.
Euthanize them. I was afraid they'd all end up at my house. So that was a big part of it. But yeah, so.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Then I worked in my dad's office a little bit too, in high school, and started working with people and enjoyed it. So then kind of decided I want to go into maybe health field.
So this just popped in my head right now. Back in high school, like, what were you like?
So you know me. You've known me.
Okay.
I was
let's
just who I was.
let's-
So
I want to hear from your voice.
I was, I don't know, medium.
Medium.
I was medium.
What is medium?
Medium. I
Medium.
was moderate.
Medium rare.
I
medium.
played sports. I wasn't great, but I was okay.
Now, what sports
I
did
was
you?
good in school, but I wasn't great.
What
I
sports
was
did you play?
Softball, mainly softball. Yeah.
Nice.
I played basketball growing up and a little bit of soccer.
See,
but
wait.
mainly softball.
So you were in the All-Star Superstar, one of the greatest
The class,
classes
yeah,
ever
that was-
in
that was-
sports for.
Yep, that was our class.
Oh my God,
They took state and everything.
Everything.
Everything. 95 or, yeah. Yep, that was our class.
This is like you're like royalty.
Well, I wasn't part of it.
But you're with the whole Bible. You're
Yeah.
with the whole clique. Sorry. All right, Your Highness. I know. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go. What is the funniest thing that's happened to you recently?
Recently. Ugh,
On the spot.
you put me on the spot.
On the spot, big time.
There's so many. With 2 3-year-olds at home, I
know.
mean, it goes on. Well, this morning I was at the gym with the twins, and I was in the daycare room waiting for my son to come out of the bathroom, and then all of a sudden I hear him singing, and one of the trainers looks in and says, "Deacon, why are you singing in the bathroom?" So I go out to check on him, and he's laying on the floor with his underwear up and his pants down, just laying there. That's the most recent this morning. I mean, that's 10 of those a day, things like that. So there's always something going on with them.
That works for me.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll follow it up with what inspires Jaime Trent.
Inspires me like
What
family or
inspires?
work?
Everything.
Just-
Whatever you want to take that, however you want to go with it.
okay. Helping people, honestly. Helping people just be healthier, get better quality of life, just finding what can, help them live a better life.
Okay. And that's why you went into the field you're in,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you known for?
Well, I'm mainly known as a chiropractor, because, that's what I mainly went to school for. But since I've been out of school, I've kind of broadened my scope. I've always done acupuncture ever since I went to school.
Now, real quick, tell us about acupuncture. Because,
Okay.
I know about it, but I don't know a lot about it.
Acupuncture is based on Chinese medicine. Chinese medicine was developed over 2,000 years ago. And that's mainly the discipline. Acupuncture is really just a way to use that discipline. So acupuncture is a use of needles. It doesn't have to necessarily be needles. You can use pressure. You can use something called moxa, which is like an herb that you burn on the points. You can also use electrical currents, different things like that, anything to stimulate the points. But basically what they found was we have this electro life force in our body called qi. And that's what's responsible for life. Once you lose that qi, you lose life. So it runs through the body in pathways called meridians. So those run kind of over the surface of the body. Each one is named after an organ in the body. So then we can put needles into specific points along those meridians to influence the energy and help the body function better. So if you have an area of pain, they believe that means that the energy is not able to run through that area as well as it should. So by going in, again, inserting the specific points surrounding that area of pain, we can actually get that energy flowing again, improve the quality of life, and relieve pain. So it does, and that's just a small part of what it does. You can actually treat about anything with it because all you're really doing is balancing the energy of the body and allowing the body to work better. So I've treated anything from TMJ, tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears.
What is TMJ again?
TMJ is when you have pain in the jaw.
Yeah.
Jaw through there. I mean, of course, back pain, low back pain, hip pain, neck pain, goes on and on. I'm trying to think of some other random things I've kind of treated. Bell's palsy, facial pain.
Really?
Yeah, or where they are even having some paralysis and things. We've had a lot of really, really good
What
cases
about like
that.
stroke victims?
I've never had a chance to work with the stroke victim. So, but yes, it would definitely help.
But
It can help
in
regenerate.
theory,
Yes, it could help regenerate the nerves. But I've kind of got something new called brain span now that is actually a test to where we can actually test how well the brain is functioning. So that's something that I would do more with the stroke patients.
Really?
Kind of look so we can do just a little kit. It's a test off of just a blood test, just off of a little finger prick.
Yeah.
And then it's an online cognitive test. So then we can kind of take those results, put it into a nice report, and it tells us, number one, if there's inflammation in the brain, if the brain's overly inflamed, so it's not working very well. It also can tell us if we're deficient in zinc, if we need other things like 5-HTP, different things like that.
Yeah.
So that's one of the new things that we've kind of, that's what I would do.
Really cool.
If it was a brain injury or something, I would go there. I would do acupuncture and chiropractic along with it.
Really? That makes total sense.
Yeah, I'd want to see what's going on. So,
Okay.
yeah.
That's cool.
And that's kind of what I do. Let me go into it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We'll
all right.
later. We only have a few more minutes left in the segment.
Okay, all right.
And so I've got some very, 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 very important questions. This is probably the last most important 3 questions of this segment.
Okay.
And it is we'll start out like this. All right. Who would win in a fight between Spider-Man and Batman?
I guess probably Batman.
Why?
Because I am Batman.
that works. That totally works.
I don't know where that came from, so.
That works. Dylan? That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Yeah, that sounds like Dylan, doesn't it?
And that door right there that you came in, my penguin, yes, I have a penguin. He's going to walk through that door.
Okay.
He's going to look at you, and what is he going to say?
Who are you?
But why is he wearing a sombrero?
I have no idea.
You have no idea
No
what
idea.
Oh, come on now.
No idea.
All right. And this is Paul Michael, Jaime Trent, I'm sorry, Doctor. Paola High School royalty. This is Live at the Gross, folks. We'll see you soon. All right, folks, we're back. This is the 3rd segment of Live at the Gross, right? And Paul Michael, Doctor, Jaime Trent. And we are here. This is her interview now. She's going to take over. She's going to tell us about. Well, I want personally, and this is my vibe on it. I want to know more about, because I got really interested in you talking about acupuncture.
Okay.
Talking about what you do. I'm friends with several chiropractors. I know about chiropractic. My family, my dad has been to a chiropractor since he was about yay high. Same here. Tell us more about, the mixture of chiropractic and acupuncture.
Okay. I'm going to go a little bit farther than that even, probably.
Okay,
So.
do what you do then.
Well,
I'm just here.
Okay.
It's just my show. That's it.
Okay.
I just Live at the Gross.
All right. Okay.
Live at the Gross with Paul Michael. I'm Paul Michael.
Okay.
So, but then you take over though, guys.
Okay. All right. Well, kind of the new term to describe. It used to be called alternative medicine, which kind of incorporated chiropractic, acupuncture, all that stuff. Now, kind of the new term is functional medicine. So, functional medicine is it's a little bit different from modern Western medicine, we like to call it. So, but we kind of have a different approach. With medical doctors, when you go in, you go in and you tell them you have a symptom, and then they usually run some tests, give you a diagnosis, and then they give you a drug to take care of that symptom. So with functional medicine, we're kind of taking a different approach. We're looking at the body to say, okay, you have this symptom, but why? What in the body is not working very well to cause that symptom? So we're coming from a different direction, really. So we're going in, so for example, acid reflux is a good example. You go to your medical doctor, they would give you an acid blocker. Well, if you come into me, I'm going to look, okay, why is the stomach not, why are you getting this burning in your esophagus that's causing the acid reflux things? There's several reasons, but really most of the time people just assume they have too much acid. But really, a lot of times, it's not the truth. It's actually that we don't have enough stomach acid, and then that we're not digesting our food efficiently, so the food just kind of sits in the stomach for too long. So most people, they go to bed at night, 2 hours after they eat, they lay down, they get acid reflux. That shouldn't happen. The food should not still be in the stomach at that time. It should have already passed on through, so there shouldn't be any issues. So what we would do is we'd go in, say, okay, are we lacking stomach acid? Do we need more stomach acid to digest that food to get it on through? Or are we lacking digestive enzymes? Or is the gallbladder not functioning very well? So those are kind of things, or the liver or anything like that. Anything associated with the digestion, we would look at, assess, and kind of see what we need to do. So that's just kind of an example for functional medicine, but then also functional medicine, chiropractic fits into functional medicine, because we're looking at, somebody comes in with back pain. You go to the medical doctor, of course, they're going to give you a muscle relaxer and a painkiller. Well, again, that's covering up the symptom. What's the problem? What's causing the pain? So the chiropractor, of course, looks at the spine. We do what's called palpating. We kind of palpate the spine to see, are there fixations? Or is the spine not able to move as well as it should? And is that entrapping and causing pressure or irritation to the spinal nerve?
So basically what you're saying is, has your spine like frozen one spot?
Pretty much. Yeah, so you've got joints in there, and if they're not moving the way they should, it's going to cause pain and discomfort, decreased range of motion.
And and as far as you think about this, the 90% of your body is controlled by here up, right? So on your spine, all the way down the nerves that spread out from your spine, and so that's your body right there. That's what controls everything. So if something is out of whack, if something is out of place, whether it be your heartburn, your headaches, or whatever, it can be.
Yeah, so it can affect the whole body. And that's why chiropractic is such a foundational tool for us. If the spine's not working, well, there's no reason for me to go do anything else. But also, if you have a poor diet, you're smoking or doing whatever, well, we're only going to get limited. We're still going to get results. You're probably still going to get over the pain and things like that, but you're not going to feel as good as you could if you
get a totalitarian body.
That's kind of Dr. Fulk and Dr. Justin, brother and dad. They are more chiropractic. They kind of treat pain, and wellness. Kind of just treat more of the.
I do have a question real quick. It just popped in my head real quick. So I can imagine you sitting at a dinner table with your family, and instead does your mom go, Dr. Fulk, Dr. Justin, Dr. Jamie? I can't.
No. I had to learn to call Dad Dr. Fulk though when I worked in the office because you just had to. So.
Have you ever, and I know you have, don't lie to me, have you ever said Dr. Dad?
No, I haven't.
I
don't think I have. I called him Dad.
You're kidding me.
No, I don't think I've said Dr. Dad. No.
Okay, well, next time you see him, when you go back to work, for me, please, you call him Dr. Dad. Please. And then just say, it's for you, Paul.
Yeah.
No, come on. You have promised me.
I'll do it, sure.
Say, I promise.
I promise.
You heard her, MCTV Live, you heard her.
All right.
Promise me. So I'm going to quit. Next time I see Larry, I'm going to say, hey.
All right.
Why are you giving that face like I'm lying? All right, so with that though, I think that the chiropractors are underappreciated. I guess science. It's one of those things. Like you said, it's just like the subluxation, the spine, the nerves. Anything from a headache to a heartburn to muscle ache to how you're walking.
Yeah, it can help with about anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like I said, anything with functional medicine can really help anything because we're not treating that symptom, we're treating the body. We're helping the body function.
So like I said, we're not trying to cover up, not trying to give you pills. I'm not saying, listen, doctors out there that are watching this, we're not trying to say that doctors have no place or that they're all evil or whatever.
No, and there's definitely a place for both. And functional medicine, there's plenty of things that they have no room treating. But there's also, we're more we should be treating more the chronic conditions, the high blood pressure, the high cholesterol, those type, I'm just talking about more lifestyle stuff. But with the pain,
And I'm not saying that you're not studying these arts, but if you get your hand cut off, don't
exactly.
come to her.
I don't want to see you. Yep. No, I don't want to see you.
She can probably put your back back in place.
Yeah, I'm not going to do much for you. So.
All right. So Paul Michael, Dr. Jaime Trent, we're at the Live at theGross, at the Gross Studios on MCTV Live. All right, we'll see you soon. We'll do me a favor. Stay tuned. Stay around. Watch these commercials. I'm trying to pay some bills here. So, yeah. See you soon. Hey, how you doing? Hey, we're back. We're just talking a little side business here. At the live at the Gross, Paul Michael, Miss Jaime Trent. We're down to the final 20. This is the MCTV Live. This is live at the Gross, final 20. And we got 20 questions for you, Miss Dr. Trent. All right, first one. If we're sitting here a year from now celebrating what a great year it's been for you, why exactly would it have been a great year?
Just everybody's healthy, everybody's happy, and
All right, when have you been the most satisfied with and in your life?
probably right now.
Really,
Yeah.
that's
I've
awesome.
got 4 kids. I've got a great husband. I'm happy with my job. I've got all my family. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's happy. I can't complain.
And you're being interviewed on Live at the
there
Gross.
you go. Yeah, this is the best moment of my life.
Come on. Stop it. She's serious. Okay. Wow. I'm blushing. All right, so now, okay, if I could grant you one wish, what would it be?
Give me about 10 more hours in a day.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, no. Do this. I'm going to get one more side question with it.
Mm-hmm.
If I could grant you one wish, what would it be? But be selfless.
Selfless. A cook. Somebody to cook for me. I could say cook. I enjoy cooking, but it would be awesome to have somebody that can cook for me.
So
Well,
you're saying
my house would be right up there with
Dennis
it. So a
can't-
maid. Let's just put a maid.
Can Dennis cook?
I don't know.
Are you serious?
He has not cooked much since
Dennis,
we were married.
come on,
Other than
Dennis.
cooking chicken breasts, I know he could do that before we were married. I don't know if he can now.
You don't know if he's forgotten it?
Yep, he might have.
All right, so who is your role model and why?
Who's my role model?
And why?
I guess probably my mom and dad. I mean, they've always been there for us, giving us everything we need. You know, Dad's kept the practice going. Mom's always been there helping me with the kids, and so probably my
That's
parents.
cool. That's cool. All right, so what things do you not like to do, and what things do you like to do?
I like to do, I'd love to, horseback riding's my favorite, but I don't have a horse right now, so haven't done that in 10 years. But I like to garden. I like to cook. I just would rather not have to do it all the time. I like to study. I like to just research
Really?
the body. I like just learning new things. That's probably my passion, is just constantly learning.
That's cool. So what things would you not like to do?
I'm not crazy about cleaning toilets.
Come on, Jamie.
I'm not crazy about it.
Jamie.
So, yep.
All right, so now tell me this. All right, tell me about something that you've accomplished and that you consider the most significant in your life.
Accomplished. I guess probably just my doctorate, chiropractic doctorate.
Okay, so, all right, if you could have one, and I think I personally, I believe you do have one, but if you could have, or you do have a superpower, what would it be?
Never-ending energy.
Never-ending
Never-ending
energy.
energy.
And why?
Just
Obviously.
because obviously, yeah,
4 kids.
4 kids, practice, a lot of people to take care of. So
Down to the final 10. Gosh, I know it's a big sigh of relief. I know you've been waiting for this whole time. The final 10 questions go like this. Jaime Trent, what is your favorite word?
my favorite word,
Yes.
health,
Health.
good health. Something I had good health.
What is your least favorite word?
Least favorite, disease.
What turns you on?
My husband.
What turns you off?
Sometimes my husband.
No, my God. That was perfect right there. And that was awesome. All right, what sound do you love?
What sound? A quiet house right now.
What is your favorite curse word?
I can't say it.
Let it, why not?
Actually, it's probably crap.
Crap.
I got that from my mom, by the way. So she says that all the time, and yes,
And so that right
so
there.
that just always comes out. So yeah, comes out a lot.
All right, that's perfect. All right. Okay, what profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Well, honestly, just anything in health. I always thought about going back to school for Chinese medicine.
Really?
Getting more into that.
Do you speak Chinese? No.
No, but I always found that once I started studying it, it's just fascinating.
Is it?
The way they look at the body is completely different than anything we do. So,
Really?
yeah.
I wonder, well, why do you think that is?
Just, well, one thing, I mean, it was developed 2,000 years ago. Everything was different then. You know, they were out in the environment, so a lot of the things they talk about is related, they relate like weather patterns to the way our body acts. So they use like heat to describe the body, wind, and things like that. So that's part of it.
All right, what profession would you not like to do?
I think I would really not enjoy being a well, I say a medical doctor in the current model, but I would enjoy it if I was able to do more of a functional medicine approach with medicine, which I think is one of the best things that's happening right now in the medical field when doctors are incorporating both fields. Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. But I mean, I would enjoy still being a medical doctor, working with people, still helping them and things like that. I don't know what would I hate doing. I don't know. It's a hard one.
The bombing in the.
I know.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry. I like doing a little bit of everything.
All right,
so.
last question, and then last question. All right. You're up at the pearly gates. You're going to walk through them. You see God. What do you hear him say? Or what do you want to hear him say?
I want to hear you say,
Yeah.
good job.
That works. All right. Well, thank you for coming on the Live at the Gross.
Thank you for having me.
Paul Michael, Dr. Jaime Fulk Trent of Fulk Chiropractic and Acupuncture. My pleasure. See you soon.